Before going to Oxenford to find Tamira, Geralt wants to check his other lead, the witch that Ciri clashed with. According to the Bloody Baron, witch lives in the village of Mitzkop. After asking about her, Geralt finds her house and sees a crowd lining up before her door, coming with different problems and asking for the witch's help. Their eyes met. The witch is none other than Kiera Metz, member of recently dismantled Lodge of Sorceresses. But what is Lodge of Sorceresses? Long before the start of Witcher 3, in the books, magicians had a conclave which looked over sorcery and sorceresses in general, making rules and systematically governing it. After some incidents, conclave was no more, so Philippa Eilhart, an arch-sorcerer, decided to form a group consisting only of 12 sorceresses to replace the conclave in a way, their slogan being "Magic for magic's sake." She had this to say: an utterly new, secret organization should be founded which will exclusively serve matters of magic, which will do everything to prevent a cataclysm, for if magic were to perish, our world would perish with it. Kiera Metz was one of them. She and Geralt were not intimate friends, but had nothing against each other, which can't be said about other members of the lodge. Anyways, after seeing Geralt, she immediately tells peasants that she is done with them and goes inside the house. Geralt goes after her. In the house, he sees no sign of Kiera and starts looking for her. He finally finds a portal and goes into it. The portal takes Geralt into a beautiful secluded area that is magical. Geralt climbs the spiral stairs. That's where he sees Kiera bathing in a small pool. After the show, they talk. Witcher tells her that he is looking for Ciri. Kiera asserts she hasn't seen her, yet she knows something. A mysterious individual, a masked elven mage, talked to her a few days ago and asked her if she has seen an ashen-haired woman, which is the hair color of Ciri. He had said if Kiera was to meet her, she should bring her into his hideout.
Is that any way to greet an old friend?
I believe I greeted you with a pleasant view. Now tell me what brings you here.
I'm looking for a certain young woman.
Oh, really? Who?
I'm looking for Ciri. That Ciri. And no one can know, understand?
Cirilla is here. The girl once sought by the Lodge of Sorceresses, and practically every ruler on the continent has landed here in Velen, and I know nothing of it. What is she doing here?
Indications are she's hiding from someone. I heard she quarreled with a witch, but if you don't know anything, sure you haven't seen her?
I'm certain I haven't. But recently someone asked me about an ashen-haired woman. He claimed she would stand out from the peasant crowd.
Who was it?
Not so fast, Geralt. No humble plea, no offering for the witch.
My undying gratitude. Good enough.
It's nothing to sneeze at, but you've a knack for getting into trouble. I should probably ask for something more immediately deliverable. Oh, sod it, don't give me that look. I know it's Ciri we're talking about. It was an elf, this individual who asked about Cirilla. No flea-bitten Scoia'tael slob either, but an elven mage.
He say what his name was?
He didn't. And he wore a mask. Very secretive all around, but I liked him. He was intelligent and composed.
He say what he wanted with Ciri?
Only that they were to meet in Velen. He wished to know if she'd arrived before he did.
You leave any message for her?
No, but he asked that were I to meet her, I should lead her to him.
So you know where to find him?
Yes, he said he found a hideout in some elven ruins near the village of Midcops. I'll go there with you.
Why? Think I'll have trouble finding this place?
I've unfinished business with this elf. He promised me something, but he never delivered it.
Geralt asked her to take him to the elves' hideout, so they journeyed there. His hideout appears to be a cave. They go inside, But yet again, Wild Hunt is one step ahead of them. They are there looking for Ciri too. Geralt and Kiera follow them. After facing a lot of obstacles and difficulties, they finally catch up. It is there that a soldier of Wild Hunt is waiting for them. Geralt and Kiera engage in fighting him and manage to kill him. Afterwards, they look around and find the message that Elven Mage left for Ciri. Through the message, Geralt finds out about witches of Crookback Bog. He concludes if it was not Kiera, then witches of Crookback Bog were the ones Ciri clashed with.
To reach the place where last we were together.
Where last we were together, not much to go on. Damn it.
Perhaps it's best he didn't leave a clearer message. The Wild Hunt broke in here. Surely they saw the projection.
They searched everything, and if they had more time, they'd probably have torn the place to the ground. But that doesn't change the fact that we haven't learned anything. Not about the elf, not about Ciri.
Well, we know they were well acquainted and traveling together.
The witches of Crookback Swamp.
Crookback Bog.
Kiera, if you're hiding something,
But I didn't say.
you know these witches?
I've never met them, but I've read of them. In an old manuscript I found in one of the huts in the village. It mentions the village witches venturing into Crookback Bog at times to liaise between the villagers and the crones, the ladies of the wood. The crones appear to be intolerant of outsiders, but they help the local folk. Apparently, they stopped the spread of the plague in Velen.
What's your take on this?
I'd love to shrug it off as the nattering of so many old women, yet throughout my first fortnight in Velen, I had horrible nightmares. Something was calling me out into the swamps. One night, I decided to enter the dream consciously, render it lucid. I confronted the thing directly. It broke contact at once. Peaceful nights ever since.
Why didn't you say anything earlier? I told you Ciri had a run-in with a witch.
Well, I had no idea you meant then. If I'd told you something, you would have rushed off to find them. But we needed first to confirm that Ciri was here, didn't we? I shall tell you everything now, of course.
Now, after I safely led you through the cave.
I can't believe you'd think so poorly of me. Perhaps you do bear a grudge against sorceresses.
Can't imagine where that comes from. How do I find them?
The swamps are vast, dangerous, but they say the crones mark the way for peasants who wish to visit them. The manuscript mentions a chapel in Crookback Bog, and from that chapel one must follow a trail of treats.
Treats.
Of course. They didn't read you bedtime stories at Kaer Morhen. All normal folk know that witches live in gingerbread houses poised atop chicken legs.
I'll have to see that to believe it.
Take the tome and read it. I truly do believe you'll find your Sorilla. All right then. As a start, let's look for a way out of here.
Good idea.
Kiera reveals that she knows about them. They are also called Ladies of the Wood. And they have an interesting story. Folk say they were four at first. The mother, she who knows, the Lady of the Wood, came to Velen from a far-away land, and since she suffered terribly from loneliness, she made 3 daughters out of dirt and water. A long, long time ago, the mother was sole ruler of all Velen. Her daughters brought her the people's requests and served as her voice. Each spring, sacrifices of grain, animals, and men were made to the Lady of the Wood on her special night. Yet, as the years passed, the Lady of the Wood slipped deeper and deeper into madness. Her madness eventually spread over the land. Men took to abandoning their homes and setting out into the bog, where they become food for beasts. Before long, Velen was drowning in blood. The daughters saw their land nearing destruction and took it upon themselves to save it. When spring came once more, and with the night of sacrifice, they killed their mother and buried her in the bog. Her blood watered the oak atop Arb Derbyn, and from then on the tree grew wholesome and hearty fruit for the people. As for the lady's immortal soul, it refused to leave its beloved land, and so sisters imprisoned it. To this day it lies trapped beneath the whispering hillock, where it thrashes about in powerless rage. Geralt decided that he would pay them a visit, but before leaving the cave, Kiera says that the mage promised her something, and they should look for it. Geralt agrees. After searching for some time, Kiera finds what she was looking for, a lamp that allows her to talk to dead.